And we are back to our regularly scheduled program. It's hot. It's Texas and it's hot. Should be in the 90s all week long. And the grass not dead, so that's something for everybody who thought it would die. So that's another myth. People think that this is like a ryegrass that dies out in the summer. This is not rye. This is turf type tall fescue, and it does not die out. It will go dormant on you though, especially if you don't keep up with your watering. Here's another situation why people might think that this dies out. A lot of times, the first year of me doing it without having any kind of knowledge about it, it did die out, and I just thought the heat was the problem, but it was actually fungus, brown patch. That's pretty much what took it out, and this is the prime season for it right now. It's very hot, it's very humid. We've been getting these late afternoon rains, and it's been just a downpour, and the ground is very moist, and that equals fungus issues. So that's number one. In order to have this grass, that is number one. You absolutely have to have a fungicide program. You have to get you some fungus. I have a lot of property, so unfortunately I couldn't deal with the Home Depot disease X and the stuff that they target 5,000 square foot lawns for. I have 10 times that, 20 times that to deal with, and that's another issue. That's where you see a lot of this discoloration came from a fungicide treatment, but I'm getting there. So back to my project here. I called the Trinity River Authority, who did all this work back here. Let me show you. So this is where this road leads to. It's my house there, and this is the road. Now my neighbor and I, we have these riding mowers, so we cut all of this pathway. So this is it. This is the trail I keep talking about. Goes all through the city. Man, look at all that Johnson grass. So they tried to access and do work to the drains over here. This drain, that drain, and this right here is a huge cliff that probably drops a good 50 feet or more. Huge. So much so that I won't go back there because I'm afraid of slipping. So just on the other side of this is my property. So my neighbor on the other side here, that's his house there. He and I keep this part cut. And as you come around, you enter where my property is. And of course I have to cut all the way to here, and this goes all the way back to the other side. Now of course this is my fence portion, and future plans is to seed all of this with fescue, but that's in the future. And now we end up at the front again. So that's the story. And back to this fescue bluegrass stuff. pretty much figured out that the grass that is not growing as tall, that's the bluegrass, and the grass that's shooting out of the ground tall, that's the fescue. So we are at a turning point here where we are going to see if this stuff will grow in the heat. Now I'm more concerned about the fescue right now. So we're gonna monitor this thing. I'll keep you guys updated. We're gonna see if this fescue is going to die out as long as I keep water on it and keep it hydrated. We should be able to see if fescue can be seeded late as I did. So I'm not going to water anytime in the next 7 days because the ground is completely saturated right now. But it is, obviously I have grass coming up. It was bare dirt here in the dirt areas. And now I have little green fuzz everywhere. So thanks again for checking out my video.